So does this car belong to the Ant-Man of Kamen Rider? This what he drives?
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Kamen Rider Drive DX Shift TRIDORON. So here we are, and there it is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up here you have a cool picture of Drive in his type TRIDORON armor. I really like the way that looks. And you see all the shift cars there. Launching into a battle. Down here you have a picture of the TRIDORON, lights and sounds and all that good stuff. DX Shift TRIDORON on this side, you have belts on. He's happy. He's smiling. On the other side you have the Drive logo. On the back of the box you have your obligatory product shots. Does this, that, the other, all that cool stuff. And of course you get Sonic Pac-Man! And that's basically it for the packaging. So moving right along here, we have Shift TRIDORON, and this is the shift car that Tomari uses to achieve his final form type TRIDORON. And I really like the design. I think it's a really cool looking design. It's a nice final form design as far as I'm concerned anyway. And as you can see, this shift car is molded to look like the TRIDORON itself because he actually merges with the TRIDORON. He merges with his car and ends up kind of looking like a transformer, which is pretty cool. Maybe that's why I like it so much. But very, very nicely done. Getting closer so you can see the details. Nice molded details. Again, all the details of the TRIDORON itself. You got the little silver R right there on the hood. Some little silver paint apps here. This little part isn't exactly accurate to the TRIDORON. I don't know why that's there, but hey, I'm not going to complain. But still, nicely done. You have buttons on either side. This side is for your tire Kokon. This side is for your Henshin. And very cool. Now, the way it's molded, it does kind of look like, it kind of looks like the TRIDORON limo. Or maybe Tomari had like a pool installed in the back of the TRIDORON. I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. Of course, on the bottom, you just get the rails and whatnot. You get Sonic Pac-Man! Just molded there in shame forever. And there you basically have it. You do have a screen up top, a very reflective screen. Which will be housing some lights and whatnot. You have the speaker down here at the bottom. This shift car does have its own lights and sounds. So pretty much everything in the shift car is pretty much self-contained, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Of course, it rolls as rolling things should. And yeah, and just for a comparison, we'll bring in the regular type speed. You can see this actually scales with a regular shift car. You can see it's quite longer. There you go. So, before we get down to the noises it makes in the Drive driver, we'll look at what noises it makes in the other toys. So we'll just get started with that. So, first thing we'll do is we'll bring in the Muck Driver. Open it up. Plug this in. And close it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't close it because it's actually too big for the Muck Driver. So, yeah. So yeah, it doesn't work in the Muck Driver. It's too big for the Muck Driver. But now we'll bring in our buddy here.
Break your body.
Oh, it will be broken. And we'll see what it does in the Brake Gunner.
Advanced system.
Advanced system. The generic firing noise. No execution. I'm not surprised. So there you have that. And last but not least, this big guy.
Shift the trailer hole.
The trailer hose. We'll plug this in.
TRIDORON hole.
TRIDORON hole. Pull the trigger. So you get that, and we'll do our finisher. Pull the trigger.
Big high ho!
And there you go. Excuse me while I readjust the camera a bit here. And there you go. Now, we'll dump these guys out. Oops. Shut up. Now, the way he actually does the finisher on the show is he uses the Type Speed shift car.
Speed ho!
And he takes the Shift TRIDORON car and plugs this in.
It starts! Rotor! Speed big high ho!
And when he does that, he actually shoots the TRIDORON itself. He shoots the car at his enemies, and that's one heck of a finisher. So there you have that. So that is all the noises it makes in our other roleplay toys. But now it is time for the main event. What does it do in the driver itself? So we'll bring in Beltson here. And as always, you can see everything that's happening on the screen nice and clear. I have to turn off the overhead fluorescence, so clap off! Alright, the fluorescents are off, so let's just get right down to it. Here we got our shift brace, and let's get going. So to start the henshin sequence, you want to push this button right here that says drive. Right here. It'll focus. There we go. Drive! You want to push the drive button, and you will get... Fire all engines, and you get this really cool lighting effect here. And of course it's done with mirrors, and it looks really cool. It just gives it that like infinite road look. And you can see the shift cars lined up there. Really cool effect. I dig it. So now we will get going. Is Beltson even on? No.
Start your engine!
There we go. So let's do this properly now.
Fire all engine!
And let's go. Pressure.
Drive!
You can see how that screen just comes to life and all the shift cars are lit up in full color. Really cool effect. Now the one thing that is a bit unfortunate is that the noises coming out of the shift car and the noises coming out of the belt, they end up overlapping and just kind of canceling each other out, so you can't really hear anything all that clearly. There is a way around that, but first I want to do everything the proper way first. So we will do our attack. Nope. And there you go. And we'll do our finisher. And there you go. Now, again, like I said, the noises do end up overlapping and kind of canceling each other out. But the one good thing about this shift car is, like I said before, everything is self-contained. You actually don't need the belt to activate any sounds in here. So, if we take this belt here, put it off to the side, we can still basically do everything we want to do. So.
Fire all engine!
drive type.
TRIDORON.
So there you go. Now you can see everything nice and clear and hear everything nice and clearly. So if we do the attack,
TRIDORON.
and it's the same noise when you do the finisher also. Now the other thing you can do is the tire Kokon. Now when Drive is in type TRIDORON, he doesn't just switch out one tire, he can actually use 3 tires at the same time. So to initiate that sequence, you push this top button here with the 3 tires on it. You're going to say, if the camera will focus. Focus, do it. There we go, 3 tires. And we'll push it and you get...
Flare Spike Shadow.
Come on, Flare Spike Shadow. So then just shift.
Fire. Kakimazer. Attack 1, 2, 3.
Attack 1, 2, 3. There you go. You can do your attack.
Attack 1, 2, 3.
There you go. And we'll move on to the next one.
Hunter Dr. Braver.
Hunter Dr. Braver. And shift.
Fire. Kakimazer. People Saver.
The People Saver. So we'll shift.
People Saver.
And there you go. We'll move on to the next.
Vegas Cabin Circus.
Vegas Cab Circus. Shift.
Fire. Kakimazer. American Dream.
American Dream. Oh, that makes me miss Dusty Rhodes even more. Long live Dusty. Anyway, so you have that and your attack.
American Dream.
You have that. Move on to the next.
Dump Mixer Gravity.
Dump Mixer Gravity.
Fire. Kakimazer. Koji Kemba.
Yeah. And our attack.
Koji Kemba.
And there you go. Next.
Sora Winter Commercial.
Solar Winter Commercial.
Fire. Kakimazer. Weather Report.
The weather report. And our attack.
Weather Report.
And move on to the next.
Monster Catarabera.
Monster Wrecker Traveler.
Fire. Kakimazer. Tafu Guy.
I think that's my favorite one. I think it's saying tough guy, tough foo guy. I think that's what it's saying. Then our attack.
Tafu Guy.
Or tofu guy, a guy who just really likes tofu? I don't know. Anyway, next.
Motanzaki Spada.
referring to the Shift Formula Pit Crew. So, Shift.
Hiya! Kakimazer! Goromperi!
Grand Prix. Another attack.
Goromperi!
Grand Prix. And then,
Freya Spike Shadow!
that's it. It just cycles back to the beginning. And there you go. Now, if you noticed, I wasn't wearing the shift brace because if you wear the brace, then the screen ends up upside down. So I wanted you to see everything properly. So I had to not wear the shift brace for this review. But that's basically it. And another secret about this is that you don't even need the shift brace, really. This is not even necessary to work this toy because the lever here, when you shift it, the lever actually pushes a button in here that activates the noises. So guess what? You don't need anything to get the noises out of this toy.
Fire or engine! TRIDORON!
You just henshin without even needing the belts. We can do a tire Kokon without even needing the belts.
Hiya! Kakimazer! People Saber!
So yeah, you don't even need the brace. You don't need anything to get the noises out of this toy because everything is self-contained. Now one nice little feature is if you're going through the tire Kokons and you want to start from the beginning again, you don't have to. You don't have to cycle through all of the noises to get back to the beginning. There is just this little red button right here. If you just take something, like I have a pair of tweezers right here, if you just take something and just push that button in and release it, then it starts from the beginning again. It'll go back to Flare Spike Shadow. So that's how you reset this pretty much. And there you have it. There is Shift TRIDORON. It's really cool. I like how everything is basically self-contained within the shift car itself to the point where you actually don't need the belt or even the brace to activate the noises in here. But it's still cool. Like I said, I like Drive's final form. I think it looks really cool. It's a neat toy. And if you're not into the belt, but you still want the shift car, hey, guess what? You can buy it and still get all the noises out of it because you don't even need the belt for it. You don't need anything for it to activate the noises. It is, like I said, my only real gripe is that when you do use it with the belt, the noises from the shift car and the belt do just kind of end up canceling each other out, and it just ends up being a mush of noises, and you can't really hear what's going on. That's the one unfortunate thing, but again, you don't need the belts. If you want to hear everything nice and clear, you can just use this on its own. So, there you go. There you have Shift TRIDORON. And if you would like any Kamen Rider merchandise, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. They do have quite a selection of Kamen Rider toys and merchandise, so do check it out. There will be a link in the description down below. And I think that's pretty much it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Kamen Rider Drive DX Shift TRIDORON. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud. Palm in your face.